I'm Richard Brown, and I'm a philosopher. No, not like Nargajuna. I'm just a guy with a PhD in philosophy. I first started this YouTube channel back in 2010. Wow, yeah. And primarily I did it as a way to share videos that I was making at the time for the terrible music that I was playing with my fellow philosophers. So one of these days I'll do an oral history of the New York Consciousness Collective. But in the early days we were called NCDC, the Neural Correlates of David Chalmers. And we were just a group of graduate students in New York who got together, the Jam, in a rehearsal space in Brooklyn. NCDC was thus born and morphed into the New York Consciousness Collective, which involved a whole process. But that's a story for a different day. The point is that I started the YouTube channel to privately share videos. I had no subscribers. I wasn't making content for the public. So eventually I started teaching online, and I recorded my introductory philosophy lectures. So I figured I'll put on YouTube, make them private, share them with students. Then eventually I just made them public. That was like 2011, something like that. And those introductory philosophy videos, I still stand by them. There's some things I would change, some things I would put differently, some things I didn't really understand. Mostly that was the product of my graduate training. I just got my PhD, just got my first job as a professor, and I was very naive, I'll have to say, at the time. Anyway, okay, so then that was mostly what I did. Then I was doing the online consciousness conference, which a lot of the videos are still there, and the website is still there, Consciousness Online. And I was using the YouTube channel to post the keynote videos, and occasionally, again, music videos. Eventually, the Qualia Fest.
The New York Consciousness Collective, an elite group of philosophers trying to understand the nature and limits of consciousness.
Word on the street is there might be another Qualia Fest in 2022 if future me organizes it. Anyway, man, I'm getting distracted. The point is that I didn't really think of myself as like a philosophy YouTuber, but in the last couple of years I've shifted to a more like YouTube-y format. I started doing my podcast, Consciousness Online, using the live feature, streaming discussions with scientists, philosophers, and future discussions, artists, and anyone else, hopefully some skaters even, interested in consciousness. I started reposting videos of me from elsewhere on the internet, and lately I've been doing the Philosophy on the Way to the Skate Park videos. I did the Richard Brown Reacts series. I even had a short-lived death metal reaction series where I was re-listening to death metal that I liked from the late 80s, early 90s, and then even some contemporary stuff. Some of it's quite ridiculous. And I've had the real luck to study with some great people, and I've always thought my blog was where I thought, oh, well, you know, I'm taking philosophy out of the ivory tower and just let anyone can read the blog. But now I think YouTube is a better place for it. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what kinds of things you guys would like to see. Is there something I was doing in the past that you liked, something I was doing in the past you didn't like? I'll consider taking it under consideration.